Oz, before we look ahead to Saturday's game against Stevenage, obviously you've played your first few games after returning from injury. How have you found the last few games?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Of course, coming back obviously after my my operation. First and foremost, had to make sure it was right for me to be able to come back as soon as I did. But everything went well, which is good, and the surgeon obviously did a good job. And of course, with the physios helping me obviously come back to full fitness. And of course, it's been loads of games obviously coming through, but I've enjoyed it. I've been fine. Obviously, hence why I've played the amount of time that I have played. But yeah, it's good to be back, and of course, helping the team where I can, and picking up points as well. And obviously, the league table is there to show it. But as a whole, collective, I'm just glad to be amongst the teammates and just having the rest of the season to hopefully get promoted.
In these few games, you haven't half been involved in some physical battles. A fair few defenders seem to want your shirt. I mean, do you enjoy those physical battles? I mean, sometimes they go against you, but you're certainly up for a fight for the ball.
100%. I think, of course, for those who have watched me play and know what I'm about, I don't mind a physical battle, which of course is part of my game as a striker. Mainly to be able to come up against some tall centre backs, if you want to call it, some physical centre backs, and of course, Tuesday night showed, that sometimes maybe the games are going to be more physical than tactical, maybe. And yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't mind it. I'm a physical lad. I back myself in tackles, in challenges, and yeah, I don't mind it. But of course, I'm just here to do what's right for the team first. I have to put the team first before myself. So, but it is what it is. Sometimes you're going to go into games where it's not going to maybe go your way. Maybe referees are going to make different decisions to what you want. But it's the game, and you've just got to challenge it as it comes on the day or the night, I guess.
On to the opponents then, Stevenage. They're fighting for survival. I just looked this afternoon, and you actually played a couple of games for Stevenage about 6 years ago. Can you remember much about that?
Yeah, I went there on loan actually from Derby County when I would like to believe I was 19, I think. And I actually made my league debut on the Teddy Sheringham actually, and it obviously the stadium is still the stadium as it is now, and it felt good obviously playing there, as a young lad making your first team debut, coming out the tunnel, etc. And it was good. It was obviously great memories there, but I was only there for a month, and there were obviously loads of players that have left. Well, every player really has left from when I was there. But yeah, I played for Stevenage, was there on loan, and of course, went back to end up obviously going back to Derby, and of course starting my career properly after leaving Derby really as a professional footballer. But yeah, it's always interesting playing against old teams, but I guess there's, as I said, like there's no emotions attached to any clubs which I have played in the past. The main thing obviously just going into Saturday and getting the 3 points.
Of course, looking at the table, Stevenage are down there, as are your parent club Barrow. I imagine the Barrow fans are probably wanting you to score a couple this weekend.
I mean, I've had a few messages from Barrow fans saying, how come you left? Why did you leave? We need you, whatever. But it's part of the game, and not to be harsh or anything, but that's how sometimes football goes, where opportunities come really, and you just got to take the opportunity when it comes. And of course, me going into Saturday, if obviously chosen, it's another opportunity for me to display, myself as a player, and of course display, a good performance hopefully, and to help the team. And that's the main thing. I think we've got 9 big games to play, and every game's going to come like a final. So I think everyone's in the team is aware of that, where we just take the game as it comes, and and just challenge it as it comes, and hopefully we can pick up as much points where we can celebrate that at the end of the season. And of course for Barrow, it's the situation obviously which they're in terms of fighting to stay up, hopefully, and of course, hopefully, they can stay up. But my main focus, of course, is where I am, obviously, which is Exeter. So,
of course, Stevenage, as we've mentioned, are in a fight down the bottom, but a new manager, that gives their players an extra impetus, doesn't it, for Saturday? Because they'll obviously want to impress the new manager, which obviously makes it a harder game for us.
Yeah, every game is going to be different. And of course, as you've mentioned, they've just got a new manager, obviously, with Steve Evans. A lot of people know how he is as a person in terms of character-wise, but style of play as well. You might expect a different style of Stevenage, but at the same time, we can't think too much about them. Every team in this league is there for a reason. We're at the top, near the top, for a reason. We're a good team, got good players, even missing with some due to injury or not being able to play. But we've got a good team. We displayed a good performance as a team on Tuesday night. Callum, Rowe had to, come in, fill in for Tim Liang, and he did a great job. So I think we are a good team, and we need to remember that we're a good team. And I think, of course, being aware of what Stevenage can bring to Saturday, but we've also got to remember how good we are at home and the style of play that we play, the goals that we score, and the buzz around the place, at the stadium, the fan support. And I'm sure we'll be fine. And if we look after ourselves, win our duels individually, and everything will work out to place anyway.